Hey, welcome back. So I had an opportunity to do some, don't mind the echo, there's a lot of tile in here and hard surfaces. I had an opportunity to learn to do some finished trim and molding, okay? And I want to show you here. So if you've never done this before, let me flip. All right, so you have to have your typical 45 here, but you need it flat here, okay? So this one is cut for over here, right? But that doesn't work, right? Because that still needs to be flat. So this has to be angled and this has to be completely flat. So now while I was trying to do this, I had never done it before, and surprisingly, there's no videos on how to cut this kind of trim. A lot of crown molding, YouTube videos, a lot of basic door trim videos, baseboard trim videos, but there was just none on this corner trim. So I'm making one and just kind of, I don't know if I'll fully walk you through my learning experience, but I'm just going to show you the final result of my learning experience. So in order to do this, what I figured out, and like I said, I did a lot. So first I tried to cut it at a 45 like this. I tried to do, I don't know, I just tried to do a lot of weird stuff. I don't even remember anymore. But what I finally came down to is that you put the right miter saw is immensely helpful. Okay, so this one is a dual miter saw that's also dual bevel, so I can go this way or this way, right, depending on the corner. And I can also slide it, and that helps when cutting the straight part. So the hard part for this is going to be how to record it and do it. But so the first thing you got to do is you got to get your 45 on there, okay? And you put it on here, and then you cut it down at an angle, okay? Just kind of show you what's going on here since I don't have an extra pair of hands or anything to hold the camera. Okay, now, outside the cut, getting your mark in the right spot is also tricky because remember, you're measuring to this corner, not to this corner. You're measuring to your inside corner. So your mark's going to be here, and it's off by about 3/16 or so. So always leave your piece, cut it a little bit longer so you can shave it down if it's not perfect. And in fact, if the bottom is going to be flat, as in no weird angles on the bottom, cut your top angle first, and then you can just do a quick straight cut on the bottom, right? So now that I've got this part cut, okay, the next weird part I had to figure out was making this part flat while maintaining the angle here, okay? And you'll make more sense what I'm talking about once I have it cut. Probably should have had a pre-cut one. So what I do is I'm gonna put it here, straight like this, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the saw and cut it down. Come on, cooperate. This is probably on. And then I'm going to use the slider to slide right just ever so precisely into that corner. Okay. Again, sorry I don't have anything to prop this up and show you. But oh yeah, and while I'm at it, the Milwaukee, I got the battery saw. Okay. The Milwaukee one is real nice because it has a shadow line, not a laser line. So it's always perfect based on your blade. And once you turn it on, it gets rid of those, obviously, the little dots. But that is so immensely helpful, especially for doing stuff like this. Okay, so what do we got here? So now you have, come on, focus. What? Let's try to find, oh, here we go. So now it's flat here and angled here. And then this part, it's best to just knife it out. All right, so now you can see it's flat there, angled there. And it would just go up like this, right? And then you would add this one to it. Now there is something else. Once I got that cut and I got everything in the perfect size where this one fit, and well, you know what I mean, and then that one fit, there's a new issue, and I'm going to show you that here as well. Just to add, in cutting these, there's one thing that I wish this has, and maybe it does, and I just don't know how to use it, is that I would love to set a stop. Like I want this to stop right here, and if I'm doing a bunch of these, it'd be great if I could set this slider in a way that it stops right when I want it to. You know what I mean? I know they make things where this can stop at a certain depth. Well, I'd also like this to stop at a certain depth. So if there's a tool or something like that you're familiar with, or I'll look it up before I post this video, that would be immensely helpful. All right, so as part of my process, right? So I put this up here and I'm like, okay, that works perfect. Put this up here, okay, that's perfect. I even test fit them on the ground. Do that here somehow, kind of. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. You know, and I was like, okay, that's perfect, but it doesn't work that way when you get them up here. Right? So if you can see that, you can't just push one tight and call it good. It doesn't work either way. You can't just push that tight and call that good. You actually have to measure your number, the thickness of this material. Because it's not, they have to meet each other at their own depths to get that perfect line. So that was another part of my learning process, was I had, and let me go over to the actual project here. So I had this piece perfectly cut, fit tight against the wall over here, and then I put that down, and then I went and cut these, and they fit tight, and then they fit tight. Oh, you know, a little touch up right there. And then I go to fit it all together, and it doesn't freaking fit. So that's when I learned that it can't be tight to the wall. It has to be cut to has to be measured to the thickness of that, so that these corners can meet. And then you get those perfect lines, or perfect lines depending on how well you did. So just remember, this channel is all about learning, including myself. So I had an opportunity to do some corner trim that I'd never done before, and thought I'd share that experience with you. Again, if you have more experience in this, and if you've been doing it for more than a day, you do have more experience than I do. And if you know a better way of doing it, please share it in the comments. Or you can hit me up on Discord on Silver Ninja and walk me through a better way of doing it. And then I'll make a video on it. All right, I'll have a great day, and see you next time.